Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and today I want to talk to you about why I'm impressed with Paladins thus far. Now, let's talk about what is Paladins for those who don't know. It's an FPS shooter by Hirez Studios, the same people who make SMITE, for all of you new SMITE players who have not gotten a hint at the greater collection of games that Hirez Studios makes. This is a game that they made after SMITE. It's relatively new, and they've been doing a couple of things that really impress me and may kind of tip the scales in terms of whether I start playing this a little bit more. I definitely might on my off time. I don't know if I'll be covering it more on my channel since I really have so much stuff for SMITE that I want to get to, but I do want to tell you guys why I'm very impressed with them and give them some love, as I do really love Hirez Studios. I love the people who work there. Shout out to all of you guys. You're doing a great job. Now let me tell you about the two things I really like about this. Number one, aggressive patching. Now, what's aggressive patching, Raynday? What even is that? And by the way, underneath this video, you guys are watching Androxus, one of the newer champions that they released a few patches ago. But they've actually had 3 champions since I've covered them. Eevee was the last champion I covered. They have Grover, Kinessa, and Androxus, and they just announced Ying, another champion that seems to have mirrors or clones that she can create as well. So that struck me as a little interesting, since I feel like Eevee does that, but I'm sure they have some unique components to her that should be interesting and fun to play. But this is Androxus. He's got a cool ability that makes him immune, and he fires back all damage he's received during that 2 seconds of immunity. His right click is like a shock, like a 3-wave, you know, da-da-da-da blast, and less accuracy but a little bit more damage. His number 1 is just a basic shot, does decent amount of damage. His F is like a dash, and then his E is really cool, really cool ultimate that he stays in the air, and he can basically shoot these 4 huge bombs that do a ton of damage. They just recently got buffed. But anyways, let's talk about what I mentioned to say and what this video is about. Aggressive patching. I love it. I love the idea that Hirez is sticking to this idea of aggressive patching. What that means is that they are, instead of basically having the game go and last for a while without getting too much feedback, or getting a lot of feedback and accumulating, saying, okay, I see this, let's wait and see how it really feels, how you feel after doing this. And they're like, screw it, let us know right now. Do you like this? Do you not? Because next week it's either in or out. And I like that, because you know what? They're getting people to basically be feedback monsters, because it's like, okay, if you want to give your feedback on this, if you care about this, you got to give it to us now. And I love that. It feels like that their message boards explode when patches come out, and they really do create this kind of mentality where people are like, I need to tell them whether this works or not. And also it creates a community of gamers who are very oriented about paying attention to the dynamics of the game. They're really thinking, okay, should this be in, should this not be in, what do I like, what do I dislike? And for a beta, that's exactly what you want. You want the people playing it to be, you know, your testers, right? They're playing the game, enjoying it, maybe making YouTube videos, but you want them to test it, and you want them to have a tester's mind. You don't want them to play as if this is the final version, and aggressive patching keeps that on everyone's mind that, hey, this is not the final version. This is your help. You're helping us right now, and that is why I think it's been such a good thing. The other aspect about aggressive patching, which is great, is because you trim the fat. You do not have to waste time. And also, you could take things out and put new things in and get immediate responses. A lot of games leave modes in to linger that maybe aren't working. And with Paladins, they've been taking them out. Or if a mode is like an idea for a mode, they basically go ahead and say, all right, let me throw that in there and see how it works. Like the mode I'm playing right now, Payload, that wasn't in the game a couple months ago. Last time I played this game, there was like 1 mode. Now there's like 4. And this was really fun. And this leads me to my other main point as to why I'm impressed with Paladins, is they have created with this mode, as far as I know, snackable content. Now, let's talk about what is snackable, Raynday. Well, I used to work, as you guys know, in a corporate environment. I was in luxury real estate for a bit, but I was also in nonprofit work and basically nonprofit advertising. And what that looks like is we actually had a board of some people who were very linked and working connectedly, or really close with Coca-Cola, Netflix, companies of that stature, and basically doing their marketing. And what they would say is, you need to make what you're doing snackable. It means you have to make that saying, that slogan, that piece of information that summarizes what you're about in 30 seconds or less. People need to know it and get your experience right away, because people don't want to plan their lives around trying to find out what your message is. And that's the same thing with Paladins. That's what they've done. They've created a game mode in Payload that the 2 games I've played took 8 minutes. I mean, anyone has in 8 minutes, and I get a competitive game. I get to get a killing spree. You know, I get to feel good about myself, have that teammate interaction. Check out new characters that come out, and again, all within 8 minutes. And that is snackable. I mean, not even an arena game takes that quickly. And the reason I play arena and started playing arena so much in casual modes is because I didn't have time for it. I know you guys are busy. I know you all have lives. And what do you mean? You know, if you have to play an hour game every time you sit down to try and get a glimpse of that game, then all of a sudden you're pretty much going to limit the amount of times you can have somebody play your game. And with Paladins, what they're doing is creating a culture like they did in SMITE, that allows for people who want quicker, more snackable gameplay. Maybe not the longer game, even though I don't think their max game lasts much longer than 20-25 minutes. But I think they're creating an opportunity for people who really want more of the snackable games, like maybe me in Arena and a lot of the fan base here at Raynday Gaming, to get the experience of a shooter and have the competitive nature, check out new characters, keep updated with the game, but do it all within a limited time frame that doesn't take their whole day. And that, I think, is beautiful. I love that they're focusing on that snackable content. They're creating modes for different types of players, but they're also being super aggressive in their patching and being aware, making aware testers. And basically what I mean is testers that are aware that when they're playing the game, they're testing and their feedback is needed and wanted. And I think it's creating a better and better game. A few months ago, I played Paladins and I stopped playing for a couple of months. When I came back now, I felt that actually their game has improved leaps and bounds. The only issue I've had so far with this game, playing it today, is that I tried to queue up for survival and it took 12 minutes. It probably would have taken longer than that, but there is no way that a queue should be taking that long, and that's something I think they need to address. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem. I've read a little bit online and seen that that's been the case, but I think that's something they need to address. The queues, but of course it's beta. It's not official. I'm not really worried about that. That's just me throwing, I don't know, poop on a stick. Is that a saying? Is that a thing? People say that? No, I don't think so. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you guys agree with me. And even if you don't, I'd love to hear your thoughts about whether you're impressed with Paladins at this point or not. I'd love to know what you think about the game personally from a Raynday Gaming community viewer, but also I think it'd be good for Paladins just to know how people are feeling about it and whether you guys like the new modes like Payload, and you like the direction the game is going with this aggressive patching and taking in so much community feedback and adjusting the game so quickly. Personally, I'm a big fan and I appreciate what they're doing. Shout out to Hirez Studios and all the work you guys are doing. Love your games. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you guys next time. I just did him with a thumbs up. That's great. Yep. Yeah. See you guys.